Hi friends! Today I'm going to share with you 5 tips to help balance work and family life. I know as a busy mom who works full-time and has a toddler at home, trying to manage both work and family life can be very challenging. Some days you might feel like you're succeeding at one, but hardly do you ever feel like you're rock star at both. But these tips that I'm going to share are going to help you feel not only that you're being successful at both work and home, but also give you back some of your sanity. Before I share with you the 5 tips that I think are the most important for balancing work and family life, make sure to leave a comment down below with your number 1 tip to help balance work and family life. The first tip I have to help balance work and family life is make sure to keep work at work and family at home. What I mean by that is, as much as you can in your own ability, try to only complete work when you're at work and only focusing on your family when you're home. For me, example, as a physical therapist, there's many days that I just feel like I have so much documentation and paperwork left at the end of the day. And a lot of times I just want to get home to be with my family. But what I've found is that if I spend 30 extra minutes staying at work to finish up that paperwork, it's almost like a weight is lifted off me. I can go home and be free, and I don't feel like I have to be thinking about work all evening long. On the other hand, if I tell myself, well, let's just hurry up, get home, and I'll finish up the paperwork before I go to bed, all night it almost feels like I just have that weight sitting on top of me. I can't truly be present for my family. So whenever you're at work, try to solely focus on doing your work, and that way when you get home, you can focus on your family. On the other side, the same with your family. Try, if you can, to not make personal phone calls when at work, or try to think about finishing certain errands before you get home, or thinking about what you need to do that week. Try to really be present at work and doing your job. That way you'll have more time to spend with your family later. For me, I try to keep my personal calls about my family and errands and things like that to my lunch break. That way, during the day, I can really focus on my patients and what I need to get accomplished. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love seeing pictures of my son throughout the day, and I'll answer the occasional text message. But if it comes to making a phone call about a doctor's appointment or something like that, I wait to either after work or during my lunch break. The second tip I have to help balance work and family life is try to celebrate everything. My family loves a good party. We love to celebrate anything we can possibly celebrate. And I think that's very important for when you work away from your children and your spouse. What I mean to celebrate is any occasion that you can think of. For instance, of course we celebrate birthdays and special occasions, anniversaries, but we also just celebrate the little things. For example, the MLB draft is coming up and we will have a draft party. We'll go ahead and order some chicken wings, probably some pizza. We'll throw up a balloon arch, because I believe any party needs a balloon arch. And we'll put on our favorite jersey so that we can support our team. If you ever come to our house, given any time of year, there'll always be some sort of balloon arch up in our dining room, because there's always a special occasion that you can celebrate. I think those special things of making something small seem like a big deal really helps bond as a family, and also make the little time that you have to spend with your kids outside of work that much more meaningful. The third tip I have to help balance work and family: do your chores and just the mundane routine items as a family. So in our family, we always try to cook and clean up the kitchen together. When I get home from work, I always bring my son into the kitchen to try to help me cook. Now, some days there's something I have for him to help me with, Other days there might not be, but even on the days that I don't have something that he can either cut, I'll just bring out some shredded cheese and have him practice his cutting skills so that he feels like he's still a part of the cooking process, but not really getting in the way. What I love about bringing my son in when I'm cooking is that I get to spend a few extra minutes throughout the day with him that I miss out on because I'm at work all day. All those special little moments add up so that it doesn't feel like I'm away from my son all day. It's just part of our routine of being able to spend extra time in the evenings together. The other chore that we always do together as a family is we clean up the kitchen after we eat. So while I'm in charge of putting away the leftovers and cleaning up the stovetop, my husband and son are in charge of the dishes. So my son's chore is to clear the dishes from the table after every dinner, and then he helps my husband wash them and put them in the dishwasher. A chore that would normally take me 30 minutes by myself, we get done in typically less than 10 minutes. So then as a family, we can get together and play. Again, those small little moments that add up make a big difference when you're away from your children and family all day long. The fourth tip I have to help balance work and family life is make yourself a priority. What I mean by that is make sure to prioritize self-care for yourself. For me, there's two things I do to help prioritize that self-care. The first thing is I always wake up at least an hour before my family on the weekends so that I can just spend some alone time. As much as I love my family, I need that quiet time to either watch a TV show or read a book or do my devotional. I just need a little bit of quiet time to relax and recharge so that I can be the best for my family. The other thing I do, at least once a week, I try to take a bubble bath. Now in this summer, I do utilize our hot tub outside more, but the fact that I can just sort of sit and relax and recharge is a must if I'm going to be the best mom and wife for my family. The last tip that I have to help balance work and family life is always be present. That means both at work and at home. And this circles back to the first tip, is keeping work at work and family at home. So when I say be present, I mean know what's going on right in front of your eyes. I know it's hard, especially at work. A lot of times I'll find myself thinking about my family and things that we need to do and making that mental to-do list that goes over and over and over. But if I can really focus on what I need accomplished while I'm at work, I find I get the task done so much quicker, and that frees up my time to get home even sooner. The same thing happens when you're at home. That's why in our family, we try to put our cell phones away until after my son goes to bed. That way we can focus on our son and what he wants to do with us and just be together as a family. So often I'll find myself say, oh, I don't really have my phone, it's just next to me. But you'll be amazed how often your eyes will start glancing down at it and not really paying attention to what's happening right before your eyes. I would highly recommend getting a box or at least someplace in your house that once you come home, your phones go to. That way you can hear it if someone's calling you, but you're not tempted to constantly be glancing down. Now, the one caveat to that is we love to take pictures, and our phones are the easiest thing to take a picture with for that quick moment. But if you can truly be present with your children and your spouse, those pictures or those moments that you feel like you have to constantly capture, you won't feel so obligated because you'll be enjoying being with them versus having to feel like you're making up for the time you're not spending with them. I hope these tips help you figure out how to balance work and family life. I feel for anyone who works full-time and is away from their family, or just any moms or dads who are so busy that they feel like they can't truly be present with their children or their other spouse. If you like these tips, make sure to subscribe down below to get notified when I release more tips on how to make life just a little easier.